I want to spend a little time talking about why the Boston.com MCAS rankings that come out annually are so misleading. Looking at the Grade 5 English Language Arts rankings to begin, you'll see that Linfield did very well and was ranked number 16. Belmont and Hopkinton were 31st, Bedford 37th, Wayland 49th, and Burlington was at number 177. What you need to know is these rankings are based solely on the percentage of students who scored in the advanced and proficient categories. One of the things that the state has emphasized is student growth, which means taking students where they are when they enter a given grade and seeing how far we can move them along during the course of a year of instruction. Let me show you the next slide. Here's a graph showing each of the schools that I mentioned from the Boston.com rankings on the previous slide. You can see the dots spread around with no name put for each district, because again, this is not meant to put negative light on any district or more positive light on Burlington. This is just to clarify how the rankings work. So where would you guess Burlington would be based on the fact that Burlington was the lowest ranked school according to Boston.com? Looking at this sheet, if you're going from left to right, the dots that are furthest to the right have shown the most growth in the last academic year. Burlington, the lowest ranked of the 6 schools that I highlighted on Boston.com's rankings, actually showed the most growth out of any of those school districts in grade 5 ELA. Let's go through a similar exercise for grade 6 math. Again, we're not looking to shed negative light on any of the other districts mentioned. This is just to show you an example of how these rankings work. Again, Burlington, out of this group of 5 school districts, is by far the lowest on Boston.com's school rankings at number 155. Again, here's another scatter plot of the 5 schools that we mentioned, and I would ask, where is Burlington? Once again, Burlington, out of the 5 schools mentioned, had the most growth, in this case, in grade 6 mathematics. And let's do this one more time in the area of grade 8 mathematics. Again, here you can see 5 schools ranked according to their Boston.com rankings. Here's a scatter plot of the grade 8 math scores of the 5 schools that were highlighted on the previous slide. And I'm going to ask that question again, where do you think Burlington is? Once again, Burlington, contrary to the Boston.com rankings, shows the highest growth in this area, which in this case is 8th grade mathematics. For one more look at why the Boston.com MCAS rankings are a bit misleading, let's look at Bedford High, Belmont High, and Burlington High. As you can see, Bedford placed 100% of its students in the advanced and proficient categories in MCAS. Belmont 99% of its students, Burlington 98%. What number would you assign if you were ranking these schools yourself? As you can see, Bedford, with 100% of its students scoring in the top 2 categories of MCAS, was ranked number 1. The caveat here is Bedford shared that spot with 32 other schools, which also means Belmont, which was just 1 percentage point behind, falls to number 34. Belmont was in that slot with 36 other schools, which means Burlington goes to number 70. Again, just to clarify how this works. We're not trying to say that there isn't room for improvement in our MCAS results. What we're just trying to say is just by going by the Boston.com rankings can cause a lot of confusion among stakeholders. We look forward to presenting more in-depth results from our MCAS scores from the spring of 2013 during the month of October.